This is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Oh, we're doing a rare Saturday morning show. Why? Because I got an email, and I got an email from a gentleman named Raymond. And Raymond is asking a couple questions, and I was reading the questions, and I said, you know what? These are two really interesting and good questions about the New York Giants. There are topics that are trending probably right now, and I think that maybe, he was asking for my opinion, and I'm thinking that, I am going to give that my opinion, and I would like to say if you want to drop us a line, or if you want to ask a question, or have us do a video, or whatever you want us to do, you can email us directly at onlinebigbblue@gmail.com. Or, of course, you can follow us on Twitter at onlinebigbblue. That's onlinebigbblue1. So the question is, and I'm going to read the email, and he's got two questions. Question number one is, Deandre Baker, with what we know and do not know about the Deandre Baker situation, should he or should he not be on the New York Giants? We're going to call this segment Fact or Fiction. We're going to call Tim's Online Big Blue Fact or Fiction. So I think everyone knows that I've said multiple times that I think Deandre Baker should be cut. And people are like, well, you can't do that. Well, I'm saying if you're Dave Gettleman and you're preaching that you're building a culture and you're having a cultural change with the New York Giants, you cannot trade Odell, you cannot trade Snacks, and you cannot dump Jenkins and then keep Deandre Baker. That's just my personal opinion. And plus the fact that if we read what the scouts have been, that's what they've said about him, if you see what some of his own teammates have said about him, he doesn't listen to the veterans, that he's entitled, that he's lazy, that he didn't learn the playbook. It's just a bad mix all around. But to Raymond's question, does Deandre Baker deserve or should he be on the team? And honestly, I think my answer is going to surprise people because I'm going to say it's a fact. Right now, for what we know for sure, Deandre Baker should still be on the team because we know nothing yet. We need to follow through with the criminal justice system and see where this plays out. So if you're asking me from a football perspective and a team perspective, do I think he should still be on the team? Yes, because we don't know if he's innocent. We don't know if he's guilty. We don't know if these new accusations of witness tampering are true. It doesn't look good, but we don't know any of this. Should he stay away from training camp? Most definitely. He should not be part of any NFL exercises or anything with the NFL right now until his legal situation is clarified. But should he still be with the team? 100%. And because of the fact, like I said, you can't. It's just my personal opinion that I would cut him. But I understand from Joe Judge and Dave Gettleman's perspective, they are letting the legal process play out, which is fine. And honestly, that is probably the more prudent and the smarter way to go, because of the fact that if you take a look at it, we don't know if he's innocent, we don't know if he's guilty, we don't know anything. So at this point in time, I say yes, you have to keep. I think that's a fact. You have to keep Deandre Baker on the team. Well, I should say for now. And I know that might surprise a couple people because, like I said, I have been a big proponent of cutting the baggage, but I really do think we need to keep him on the team until he rectifies the situation. Question number dos. Nate Solder. Are the Giants better off with him or without him? I personally think they are better off without him. Are the Giants better off with or without Nate Solder? Is that fact or fiction? I'm going to say right now, at this point in time, that is fiction. We need to take a look at the totality of the New York Giants offensive line. Right now, if you think about it, the only spots that are solidified are going to be Hernandez, Zeidler, and Solder. Now, Nate has the issue with his young son who does have an illness. So if Nate was to, opt out of the season, I would 100% understand that, because the fact, like I said, with the virus, you don't want to be bringing that home and having to worry about your wife and your young child who's already battling, his own issues. So I can understand that. But from a football perspective, we are not a better offensive line right now. I'm saying right now without Nate Solder. Let's say for a fact that we take Nate right now and we drop him. You're going to have an offensive line that's going to have, you're going to move Andrew Thomas probably to left tackle. He's going to be alongside Will Hernandez. You're going to have Spencer Pulley, Zeidler, and blank. Now, a lot of people will say, wow, you got Nick Gates. Well, Nick Gates is, listed really more as a center right now, and he's listed more as a third team right tackle. And then people are like, well, you got Cam Fleming. Cam Fleming is a guard. I mean, he might be able to slide into the tackle position. I don't know. And then you got Shane Lemieux, who we're going to be trying out at center, but he's more of a guard as well. And then you got people like, Chris Slade and Eric Smith. So if you take out Nate, you only have 2 solidified positions on your line between Hernandez and Zeidler. We don't know exactly what we are going to get for a full 16-week schedule with Spencer Pulley at center. We don't. We don't know what we're going to get for a full 16 weeks if we have Nick Gates at center. We don't know what we're going to get if we have Shane Lemieux at center. So right now we have the center situation in flux. And then if you take a look at the fact that if you then open up the left tackle position to Andrew Thomas, you are trusting, and I do trust Andrew Thomas, but you are trusting a rookie to come in at left tackle and have no veteran presence, at that point in time. I shouldn't say have no veteran presence, but you're asking a rookie to take over the left tackle position, and then you're also going to have a new right tackle. So your 2 tackles are going to be new players, and they could be anywhere from Andrew Thomas to Matt Perrett to Nick Gates. I mean, that's not filling me with confidence. I have an idea, and I've said it before. Let's take Nate Solder and move him over to right tackle, have a right side of Zeidler and Solder with Spencer Pulley, and have Will Hernandez and Andrew Thomas on the left-hand side. I think having the veteran presence with Zeidler and Nate together, I think that'll help. I think some of the issues that Nate has had is because of the fact that he's been paired. Well, first of all, one of the issues he's a systems guy. We can say it now 100%. I've said it before. He is a systems guy from New England. But I think pairing him with another veteran presence will help him tremendously. If you watch the rookie season that Will Hernandez had, he had an up and down season. He had a okay season, his rookie season. But he did hang Nate out to dry a couple times. You could see that he missed some of his blocking assignments. And then the collateral damage fell on Nate. And then last year, if you take a look at it, Nate seemed to even regress more, which I find interesting. That regression seemed to follow the arc of Will Hernandez. Will Hernandez did not have a good year last year. He actually lost, which I found very interesting. He actually lost his cool in a couple of games. He received some personal foul penalties. He should have received like 2 or 3 more, which he didn't, which they didn't catch, especially in the Eagle game. So it was interesting that as Will Hernandez's play went down, so did Nate's. And again, like I said, it's a simpatico relationship between your tackle and your guard. If you blow your assignment, you're hanging your partner out to dry. That's just the way it is. So I think if we move him over with Zeidler, that we could solidify that portion of the line and take some pressure off of Nate. And again, like I said, it's difficult to think that you're going to have a new left tackle, a new right tackle, and a new center if Nate decides to sit out. So I will rephrase it this way, though. We need to wait and see how training camp progresses. If the rookies start filling out well, and Andrew Thomas lives up to his billing, I wouldn't have and like I said, I may not have a problem moving Nate. But then also the fact that you got to remember, if we do not have a training camp, if we do not have a preseason, these rookies are going to get no reps. no game time reps, which could be detrimental for the first 3-4 weeks of the season. And my only problem is with that, I think that Andrew Thomas can handle and hold down I think he can handle and hold down the left tackle position. But if he's not going to get any game time reps, I'm worried that in the first 3-4 weeks in the season that we're going to get Daniel Jones killed. Because you'll have you'll have a new left tackle, you'll have a new right tackle, and you'll have a center. You'll have all unproven commodities in 3 of your 5 spots on the offensive line. So right now, I think it is fiction to think that we are better off with Nate Solder. And again, like I said, that's just my opinion, but this can all change after we get through training camp. Raymond, these are 2 great questions. If anyone else has any other questions, or like I said, I think I like doing this fact or fiction segment, so maybe we'll try to do it once a week. Maybe not a whole episode, but if you do have any questions, we'd like to do a fact or fiction on Online Big Blue here. Drop us an email at onlineBigBlue@gmail.com again, or follow us on Twitter at OnlineBigBlue1. Someone actually took Online Big Blue, which I find really interesting. They took it a while ago, but I wish we could get it, but they don't want to give it up. So again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you can if you can subscribe, if you can ring that bell, I think you know what that means. That would be awesome.